extension of this particular person, Anthony Boateng, a big problem? Is it not surely it is not the first time, but it looks as if this particular reassignment is sparking reactions from you as teacher groups. What exactly is the problem?
Thank you very much. Let's me say that not really that Anthony Boateng's post-retirement contract is actually creating so much of pandemonium. But let me rather say that he has paid his due, and he's had one and second extension, and many things that during his tenure as Deputy Director General for Ghana Education Service, he's brought the service very far. However, there are a couple of number of other directors that are also on the line waiting, have attained the status of director. They've gone to the Public Services Commission, but are waiting for others to go on retirement so that they can also enjoy their directorship. As we speak, it's not only about lawyer Anthony Boateng. There are others as regional directors, district directors, even some headmasters who have also attained the age of retirement and are still opposed. So what we are saying is that all those that have attained the status, the 60 years compulsory retirement status should proceed on retirement, so that the many others who qualify and are on the list waiting for others to go on retirement so that they can also have similar positions to hold for a while will also have it. And then finally, yes, the president have the right to give extension after 60 years of compulsory retirement up to 5 years. But what we know is that such extension most of the time should be such that there is nobody at all who can occupy that particular position, and that person is being given some extra 1 or 2 years for us to get a rightful person to occupy the position. I don't think that is the case in the Ghana Education Service.
So you're using Mr. Anthony Boateng not just rejecting this latest appointment that's coming from the president, but you're using him as a reference point to make a case against all other persons in different positions within the Ghana Education Service, headmasters inclusive, who have reached the retirement age and are still staying on because of some appointment in one way or form.
Sure.
But for you as a group, what is it in particular? Because the president, like you mentioned, has the authority to be able to appoint or give someone these contract extensions. In his rightful view, he believes...
You see, most of the time, president will give extension based on an information or a request that will come from certain appropriate quarters. In the case of Ghana Education Service, the Ghana Education Service Council is the rightful authority to even write to the presidency and seek for extension for somebody in the Ghana Education Service whose contract, whose retirement age is due.
Right.
Put that one aside. Currently, within the Ghana Education Service, as I said earlier, there are so many people who have qualified for those positions, and they are not giving you the directorship status because all the positions are occupied.
So this...
Now, if these people are not able to get a directorship position, they will retire, but they will not retire as directors, which will also affect them in their pension, meaning that they've worked for nothing. You understand? So it is not a good thing. And for lawyer Anthony Boateng, the job is done for the Ghana Education Service is immeasurable. But we think that he's had 2 years post-retirement contract already. And if this one is bringing all this uproar from the rank and file of the Ghana Education Service, we think that the president should rescind that decision. And we also advise lawyer Anthony Boateng himself to rescind the offer so that we use it as a caveat to bring sanity into the system. We see no reason why a regional director, for example, should retire and 2, 3, 4 years, that particular person is still at post. We really do not get it. It's not the best. And it's not like it is such an essential skill that nobody can occupy. In the Ghana Education Service, people are being promoted from one rank to the other all the time. People are having second degrees, people are having PhDs, and they are directors. They are waiting for somebody to retire for them to take a position. People have done educational management up to the PhD level in the Ghana Education Service, some to the second degree level, some have done law in education and all that. And these people have been promoted to the rank of director, but they are unable to be posted to any place for them to go and do any work because people are occupying the position. But meanwhile, some of these people are on retirement.
But just one final thing, though. These issues that you've raised, these concerns of directors still at regional posts and the likes, who appears to be providing all of this counsel? Some will make the argument that you should be challenging or questioning the decision of the GES Council, who is making these recommendations to the President, and not directly at Mr. Anthony Boateng, who perhaps through no fault of his has been recommended for a further extension.
In this particular case, which is bringing out all these things, we have not seen a letter from the GES Council asking for extension, but we have seen a letter from the Minister for Education. We have seen a letter from the Minister for Education to the Presidency asking for extension for lawyer Anthony Boateng.
Right.
Even today, we have seen a letter from the Ministry of Finance received by the Ministry of Education that they are not going to give financial clearance for people who have attained compulsory retirement and are being given post-retirement contracts. So what it means is that if that letter is to be implemented, then all the people that have attained compulsory retirement status should go. Because by that letter, if you continue to stay, you will not be paid. Unless, of course, people want to stay, so they will use some other means to get money to pay themselves.
You've asked Mr. Anthony Boateng to reject the appointment and for the President to rescind same. What happens if none of that your wishes are granted?
In our press statement, we made our statement and our intentions very clear that if by September 30th this year, the directors of education that are on retirement are still opposed, we will call on all our members, that is educational workers and teachers, not to take directives from them. And we mean it.
Not to take directives from them in what sense? You not go to school to teach and work?
You see, the teachers that are teaching, they are the same teachers that have attained directorship positions, and a certain director is in office and doesn't want to go to give them space. So we will use everything within our powers as unions to make sure that those directors that have attained retirement age goes on retirement. If they refuse, we will let them know that they are on retirement. So we, as their subordinates, we will not be ready to work with them.